Hey, I'd like to welcome you to another episode of Money Matters Top Tips for Success, where each and every day I bring on new business owners, entrepreneurs, and executives and have them share their top tips for success with you. My name is Adam Torres. You can follow me on Instagram at AskAdamTorres to keep up with my book releases, book tour schedule, signings, all that other good stuff. I always love to connect with you there. And as always, if you'd like to apply to become a co-author of one of my upcoming books, just head on over to the website, moneymatterstoptips.com, and click on Become an Author to apply. All right, so today I have Lisa Kalmin on the line, and she's founder over at WorldWorks Trainings. She's co-founder over at Inspire Coaching and Inspire Business Success. Lisa, welcome to the show.
Well, thank you, Adam. I'm excited to be on. Thank you so much.
Oh, I'm so excited to get into what you're doing over at WorldWorks Training and Inspire Coaching, Inspire Business Success, and your courses that you have out there. Excited to get into those. But before we do, let's get just a little bit further into your background. So how did you get started in your career in business?
Well, great question. I actually have an MBA. I went to the University of Texas. Go Longhorns, if there's any Longhorn fans out there.
Oh, yeah, there is. I have a big Texas audience.
Oh, good. Awesome. I grew up in Houston and worked for a large financial services company, a Fortune 500 company. I was an investment manager. And then a friend of mine told me about workshops, and they were transformational workshops. But I thought I was going to another, sales seminar. And once I went to the workshops, it was really profoundly impactful for me. It was truly one of the most powerful experiences of my life. And after that, I ended up moving into that career. So I worked for a company that did these kind of workshops, and then I started my own company and two other companies. And transformational workshop, what I mean by that is where you really shift the way you look at life. There's a complete mindset shift. And so it's good stuff. It's fun.
That's awesome, and I think that's a great transition. So let's get into, WorldWorks Training, Inspire Coaching, Inspire Business Success. You have a mastery course. Where do you want to begin?
Well, one of the things I was looking at, money tips, and one of the things I'm really excited about is I have a Money and Wealth Super Series. And what we do is look at kind of what was the programming that we got as human beings from our family, from our parents, kind of the download about money, about wealth, about success, that we ended up, a couple things. We either end up modeling or we end up rebelling against. And so I do some really powerful work with people about kind of where they got their thoughts and beliefs about money and how that relates to, the finances that they're creating right now in their life.
Wow, that's awesome. And so what kind of content can people expect? So in these courses, just to give them a little bit more flavor of what to expect.
Sure. Yeah. So one of the things we do is we kind of go back and through some questioning and some homework and some of the lectures I do, looking at, what do they learn about money from their parents or their family of origin. Also, where they grew up and the kind of influences they have. And then once we kind of unpack that and identify that, people begin to see, okay, well, what are these beliefs and kind of downloaded programming is actually working for me? Like this, wow, I have a great worth ethic from my family, and I've taken that and I've really used it well, or what's not working so well, or something that might be limiting them. My dad kept telling me money doesn't grow on trees, it's hard to get. It's just, whatever that was that could actually get in the way of them opening up the flow. I think of abundance as a flow, like a flow that if we have the spigot open, that the universe can support that flow coming into us. But if we have limiting beliefs, it kind of gets in the way.
And so how is your course delivered? Is it online? Is it in person? Is it a combination? Give us a feel for that.
Yeah, that's a great question. We do lots of in-person things. This particular one is online. I used to do it live, but I realized the audience got a little limited to Southern California where I live. And so I do it online. I do it in live, either master classes or teleseminars, et cetera. And then we do group work, and they have a Facebook group, and I give them homework. So this one actually is delivered that way. So I'm so excited because I have people all over the country participating.
Oh, that's amazing. What's the length of the course?
It lasts about 3 months, 3.5 months, and we do calls every 2 weeks. And then there's homework, and then I do personalized coaching usually at least once or twice during the process with them, one-on-one coaching.
That's awesome. And tell us more about the type of clients that you work with. So there's people listening right now, and they're like, wow, we like Lisa. We know she has a background. They like the work you're doing. And so for some of your other businesses too, so like WorldWorks and Inspire Coaching, Inspire Business Success, what are the type of clients that are a right fit to maybe follow up with you if they need help in those areas?
Sure, absolutely. Well, with the Money and Wealth Seminar, I love working with entrepreneurs, as well as I really work with anyone. And what I love to do is work with people who have some level of, they're doing fine. They're absolutely out there paying their bills. Maybe they have a little more debt than they would like, or they're entrepreneurs and they've been working hard, but they really want to go to another level. And there's nothing stopping them but, kind of their own, getting in their own way. And I also work with corporate executives. And in my Inspire Business Success, which I do with a business partner, we love going into companies and working with executive teams. The executive team, we do a live training. It's very powerful, very process-oriented, experientially. And then we really shift the teamwork and mindset of the executive team so that they can take the entire company to a new level. That's a super fun thing we like to do. And we do lots of things, but our Inspire Coaching training does a lot of different things. One of the things we have coming up is a relationship workshop, which really works with people, and that's a live training as well in Southern California, works with people about how to really maximize sort of their feminine essence, their divine feminine essence if they're women, and their masculine essence if they're men, and how to utilize that, not just in romance, but that's definitely a part of it, but to really use that masculine or feminine essence in a way that really inspires who they are and the way they affect people both in work and play.
Oh, that's awesome. So, Lisa, if somebody's listening to this and they want more information or they want to connect on either the classes or the other businesses, what's the best way for them to reach out?
Best way to reach me is Facebook, my name, Lisa, Lisa, Kalmin, Kalmin, same for Instagram and Twitter, and Lisa at WorldWorksTrainings.com is my email, WorldWorks Trainings.com, as well as that's the website, WorldWorksTrainings.com. And so that's probably the best way, and I can direct them to whatever. So I would say, just to give one little tip in terms of flow of money, I always like to say to people, my favorite 3 things that you can do right now to open up the flow of money is, number 1, do what I call outflow. And by outflow, it means just being generous with yourself. Maybe you give some money to the homeless guy, but you open a door for someone. You're a great listener. You help your spouse clean the kitchen. Just an outflow of energy that's generous. Number 2 is that they are looking at what incompletions do they have in terms of their money. Is there money that's owed them or money they owe that they don't have, either they're not paying off or they don't have a current agreement about? Anything that is taking up space, honestly, in our head that's not complete is in the way of us being the most productive. And then 2 of my other favorites are appreciation, literally appreciating people, like thanking them for who they are, thanking them for who they are for you or what they've done for you. And then the old standard affirmations. I absolutely know that when we put out our intention and to the world, to God, to the universe, whatever you believe in, that it does bring the flow. So for example, somebody wanted to make $250,000 this year, that they're already saying, I am so happy and grateful for the $250,000 that I have generated this year. That they really use all of the sort of energy of the universe out there to support them in that way. So I just wanted to give 3 little tips so people could take that away if they were listening.
That's awesome. Well, hey, Lisa, really appreciate you coming on the show today and sharing more about you and your background and all the great work you're doing to help your clients. And to the audience, as always, thank you for tuning in. Hope you got a lot of value out of this. Thank you. And if you did get a lot of value, don't forget to subscribe to the podcast, leave me a review on the Apple iTunes Store. If you're watching this on our YouTube channel, don't forget, subscribe to that YouTube channel. Leave us some comments in the comment section of the video. Let us know what you think about affirmations and coaching and all the great things we talked about today. And Lisa, thanks again for coming on the show. It's been a pleasure.
Oh, thank you, Adam. I appreciate it so much.